Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live chat. Hope all is well. Go over some Colorado news. Lost another player to the portal, so I want to talk about that. Shedeur Sanders still on the recruiting trail. Um, Talk a little bit about Nick Saban. But yeah, Jaquez Robinson. I want to start there. Let's see. Let's see where I'm at here. So Jaquez Robinson, as you know, he transferred from Alabama last year to play with Colorado. So he decided to hit the transfer portal. So it says Colorado is losing a contributor in the secondary with Jaquez Robinson entering the transfer portal on Thursday. The move comes a couple of weeks after the Buff defensive coordinator Charles Kelly left for another position at Auburn. Robinson decided to come to CU from Alabama last year and follow Kelly, who was the Tide defensive coordinator under Nick Saban. Robinson noted that his relationship with Kelly was the reason why he joined the Buffs. He said, I would like to say the biggest thing in my relationship with Coach Kelly. Robinson told Buffs beat Nick Ferguson. Kelly was one of the guys when I left. When he left, I was sad. That's who I always, what do you say? That's who I was always around and always watching games film with, learning the game. Another thing is I ran into problems with the coaching as far as not coming to an agreement for which the position I should play and how I feel in the depth chart. Those are the two main reasons I decided to leave Alabama. So it says Robinson played in 7 games for Colorado last year, racking up 9 tackles, 1 for a loss, and an interception against Oregon's Bo Nix, one of the 3 picks on the season of the Heisman finalists. Robinson was steady part of the Buffs' defensive backfield rotation, an original 3-star recruit from Jacksonville's Sandalwood High School in Florida. Prior to 3 years at Alabama, he'll have 2 years of eligibility left. So I was wondering about that, how much eligibility he have left. I guess because of that COVID year, he has another year, 2 years. Well, he has 2 years left of eligibility. So I guess with all the moves that are being made in the offseason, Coach Kelly leaving, he decided to go ahead and find another place to play. And like I said, they brought in another cornerback, and they're steadily recruiting. And like I said, Shedeur was saying to the Alabama players, like, "What's up?" So I'm gonna suspect that a lot of other players currently on this roster is gonna hit the transfer portal as well. I had said that maybe yesterday, a couple days ago, I said I suspect we're gonna have some more players leaving the portal, which opens up a position for new players to come in. So you lose some, you gain some. That's just how the nature of college football is now. Um, so yeah, I remember when Jaquez announced that he was coming to Colorado, how excited he was. He had an interview with some of the YouTubers that has been covering this, and he was just talking about how excited he was. He was like, his goal is to win the Thorpe. He was just really excited. And also DeMoy Kennedy had followed him um, to Colorado as well. I'm suspecting he's going to leave too at some point, and a few others because of the reason is multiple transfers for right now. They can transfer to another school and play. So that's why I say that more players are leaving. It's not a bad thing. But the thing is, since multiple transfers are allowed to play, they're going to explore their options. They're going to look like, I guess I'm not going to get any playing time here, and I'm just going to explore my options and go elsewhere. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these colleges are contacting these players, and like this competition is crazy out there when it comes to these coaches and recruiting. So look for quite a bit of other players to leave as well from the Colorado personnel chart here. So yeah, man, Jaquez, I thought he was cool, man. So, but hey, it is what it is. They move on, go play somewhere else. That's why I say this transfer portal is a lot of moving around. Um, I don't know if Jaquez is gonna follow Coach Kelly to Auburn. We'll see. That I wouldn't be surprised if he did, or go somewhere where he know they need his services, where he can play right away. So that's what I would do if I was him. I would be looking for a spot where I know I'm getting ready to play. So, um, but who knows? There's a lot of moving around with this transfer portal, man. But my question to you is, who you think else is going to leave here? So, who do you think is going to leave? And like I said, it's always a gamble with the players that's coming in because you don't know how they're going to fare with this team. So we're going to see. We're definitely going to see sooner than later. Yeah, Quez is gone. Yeah, I'm gonna get to Devin Ris in a minute. So, um, here's my thing on this. Okay, so he was really excited to be there, man. And when he got in the game, you could tell he was excited. He also got that interception. But again, it's just not enough ball to go around. You know, when you bring in all these players, you can't play everybody. Everybody can't play. And then people are gonna feel slighted that they couldn't play. You know, some people they thought they could come there, fresh new start, and get a lot of burn, but it didn't happen. You just can't. You can't play 5 defensive backs in a game at one time. Somebody's going to have to sit, and so that's where we have it. But let me tell you guys something. I suspect there are going to be a lot more players to leave. It's going to be another mass exodus, and hopefully the players that he's bringing in will not only take their place but do better. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Usually, traditionally, I know the game is changing because of the transfer portal, right? I know it is. A lot of coaches and staff are looking at the transfer portal to revitalize their depth chart. But I'm in the old school belief that you got to develop players, and which takes a little while. And this is Coach Prime is going into his second season, so it's going to take a while. It's not going to be. I'm not expecting championships his second season. Maybe his fourth season. His fourth season, I'm like, okay, let's see. All right, things are built now. A lot of players should be developed. Let's see what happens his fourth season. But he's going into his, either third or fourth season. I'll give him his fourth season. Um, to see how things really turn around. I don't expect anything to turn around in year 1 and year 2 because, like I said again, a lot of the teams that you see around the country, like Michigan and Ohio State and different other teams, they took a while to build their staff up. I mean, build their personnel up. They have an edge on Colorado. Coach Prime went in his first season and inherited a 1-11 team here. So he brought in a bunch of players to see what sticks. All right, we're going to see, okay, we brought in all these players. Which of these players are going to contribute the most and work out for us? So that season, that was like the foundational year, but this foundation is cracking a little bit because a lot of players are leaving. It happens because of transfer portal. So it's just a normal thing now for college football to see these players leave and go elsewhere, but you still got to develop players though, because if you look at some of the top programs around the country, their dogs are not leaving. You know, they have their foundation intact, and then yeah, they go into the transfer portal and add to that foundation. But again, they have the advantage because Coach Prime just took over. Okay, he's going into his second season. That's the advantage they have over him. Just like a Nick Saban, even though he's retiring, he had years to develop his system. Coach Prime is only in year 2. So I don't expect I don't expect conference championships even in year 2. I don't expect it. If it happens, that's more than better. But I definitely don't expect deep playoff runs. Not the second year. He has some freshmen on the team that they could turn into dogs. They could turn into stars. You just got to give them a chance. But what I'm suspecting here is, okay, it didn't work out this year. We need to go get some more. And you just don't want to overlook some of the players you already have there because you're going to miss out. The reason why I say that is it took Tom Brady 4 years to develop. It took him 4 years to develop. It didn't take him 1 year. Okay, it took him 4 years. You got to develop some players. It took him 4 years, and he got drafted almost last in the draft. And look at him. Look how many years he played in the NFL. So my point is there's some players that they may start peaking in year 3 or year 4. You don't want to miss out on that because then they'll go to another team and you're going to miss out. These dogs have to be built up. As we see now, Shedeur said, we're looking for that, which I'm going to get into that in a second. But let me just close out on Jaquez. I thought he was a pretty decent player. Yeah, there's going to be a mass exodus. I suspect it. Which, I mean, but here's the thing, though. More people leave, people come in. But the thing is, what type of people are coming in? What type are you getting? The Nolan types, or are you getting people that just want a fresh new start like last year? Like what type of situation are you getting here? But this year's is kind of a little different. It's a little different this year because this year is just a little different because it's not like they're starting late in the portal. They got a chance to hit the portal early, but they didn't land any premier play. They didn't land the top premier player. They didn't land any. But that's not to say that the players that you landed, they get ready. What if they start peaking this year and turn into premier players? So we got to wait and see if that's going to happen. I'm talking about premier players, first round draft picks. That could happen. You could have some players that is clicking this year and they're peaking and they're ready to be superstars. So it could happen. But I honestly believe some of these players have to be developed. But there's a pressure in Colorado to win now. Okay, he wants to win now. He didn't. He had a bad taste in his mouth last season. He did. He's a Leo. I know he did because I'm a Leo. I know he did. And he don't like to be embarrassed. He had a bad taste in his mouth, and he wants to go out and try to figure out a way to get in these playoffs next year. Listen, man, these dogs got to be developed, especially when it comes to that offense and defensive line. But luckily with the portal, you can go ahead and get some what do you call it? Some experience. You can go get them. But it's a tricky thing with this transfer portal. But every team is taking advantage of it. Every team is losing players. It's not just Colorado. Every team is losing players, right? But how many are they losing and how much of an impact is that having on their team, the players that's leaving? We saw Ole Miss lose a few players. Alabama lost how many players? So it's happening. It's this transfer portal era, man. It's the way it is, man. It's nothing the coaches can do to keep the players here. Maybe the days are gone now or of waiting for a player to develop 4 years and then become a dog his third or fourth year. Maybe those times are almost over. But definitely this transfer portal has taken center stage this offseason. And so Jaquez, he's leaving. So that's it for him. I do suspect that Demoy Kennedy is probably going to leave because he followed Jaquez here. They're really good friends. They're really tight. And I know that from the interviews that they have given, that they're very close. They're like brothers. Jaquez and Demoy is like brothers. So he's not staying. If his brother's leaving, he's not staying there. He's getting ready to leave. And we're getting ready to lose a linebacker with 4.3 speed. That's what's going to happen. So, but here's the thing. Sometimes the grass is not always greener. Sometimes it don't work out. You got to go somewhere else where it will work out. So luckily for these players, they have that option to go, even though they transferred to Colorado, they have the option to transfer out and go play. Because that decision is temporary right now. You remember that temporary decision? So they can go play. And so that's what's going to happen there with Jaquez. So, but yeah, Demoy leaving. And it's going to be some more leaving too. Definitely. And then they just got to pick up some more people, bring more people in. Some leave, some get replaced, replace them. That's how it is. That's the transfer portal, man. That is the portal area. That is the portal now. That's how it is in football. What else we got going on here? So we got another player. See, like one goes out, and here we are right here. It's crazy. Like one goes out, one comes in. One goes out, one comes in. So we got Arkansas defensive lineman Torian Carter. He's supposed to play for CU Buffs as of right now. You know how players be changing their minds. So as of right now, he's coming to Boulder. Arkansas, SEC. So on Thursday, the former Arkansas defensive tackle Torian Carter announced that he has decided to play his final season of eligibility with the Buffaloes and head coach Deion Sanders. Meanwhile, the Buffs are losing defensive back Jaquez Robinson, who announced his intent to transfer. So we know that. So Carter, he's 6'3", 303 pounds. He's a big kid here. He announced a commitment to SMU last week, but changed his mind and plans to play at Boulder. So let me stop there. So he committed to SMU last week, but changed his mind. So listen, if all these players, once they get there at sometime in January, then I'm going to believe it as soon as they're there. So we'll see. But so it looks like I said, it looks like he is coming, but I know he already changed his mind on one spot. So Carter is the fifth defensive lineman and end to transfer to the Buffs this season, including Carter, Anquin Barnes from Alabama, Quincy Wiggins, LSU, from the SEC. The Buffs have also added Chidozie Nwankwo from Houston and Samuel Okunlola from Pittsburgh. Carter spent the past 5 seasons at Arkansas and will have one more season to play in his time with the Razorbacks. He played 33 games, 5 starts, recording 60 tackles, 7.5 tackles for a loss, and 2.5 sacks. After redshirting in 2019, he played 8 games in 2020. We know that was the vid year, so it was abbreviated. Making 11 tackles. He had 24 tackles and 3 TFLs in 13 games during the 2021 season, but then injured his knee during the 2022 spring game and missed the entire 2022 season. So they said he's healthy again. Carter played in all 12 games for the Razorbacks with 4 starts. He had 25 tackles, 3.5 TFLs, and 1.5 sacks. The 3-star prospect coming out of Legacy, Texas High School also chose Arkansas over Florida, Michigan State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas, and numerous others. So Robinson will be a graduate transfer with two. Let me see something. They talking about Jaquez. He will have 2 seasons left once he transfer. Okay, let me get back to this right here. Let me go back to his stats. What do you guys think about this player here? He had an injury, but he's healthy now. We're gonna have to see if it works out. I just hope that, if this is last season eligibility, he come there and he plays. I don't want like them bringing people with their last years of eligibility and they're not gonna play. So hopefully it works out for him and he plays. But so he spent the past 5 seasons and like it's one more season, okay? And let's see, he played in 33 games with 33 games with 5 starts. So he played in 33 games. Out of that, he got 5 starts out of that, including 60 tackles, 7. Okay. All right. So we're going to see. Yeah, I'm going to get into the FAMU recruit in a second. You think he's going to be good? Okay. Yeah, I'm hopeful there. So we'll see. So he's nice and he's healthy and he's ready to go. He got a fresh new start. Sometimes you just need a fresh new start to see what happens. You just need a fresh new start sometime. So with this fresh new start, hey man, the sky's the limit. Fresh new start. He's gonna be under the tutelage of Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp can show him some cheat codes. The tools of the trade or the tricks of the trade. So yeah, that's a good thing. I would want to play for Warren Sapp. I definitely would if I was on that defensive line. I don't care where I'm at on the depth chart. I just want to sit there and get some of that information that I didn't have before, because he has some information to give. And I want to say this about Warren Sapp because people say, "Oh, I don't know about him coaching." Guys, he's been coaching since he retired. He's coached a lot of Pro Bowlers. He showed the technique to a lot of Pro Bowlers in the off season. See, he don't talk about it, but that's what he does. He's essentially he's a coach, or like what these NFL players come to see him in the off season, and he teach them different techniques and stuff like that. And he got a lot of people in the Pro Bowl, man. So it's no question that this man can coach. He can coach. So I just wanted to say that. So a lot of these kids, young men, they're gonna benefit from a year under Warren Sapp. I know I would. I would be trying to eat up everything that he possibly can give me. And even when we're sitting there watching games, I'm like, hey, Coach Sapp, are you gonna stay after? Can we watch some film together? Can we have a film party? I would literally be picking his brain. And sometimes that's all you need is information to get you to the next level. So congratulations to this kid. That's probably what he's thinking. This kid right here. That's probably what he's thinking. He said, you know what? Why not? This is my last season. Why not? Let me just go learn and see what happens. So good for him. He's a big kid, though. He's a big kid, 6'3", 303 pounds. That's what we need. We need some size on that defensive line. So they got it. And I suspect that they're going to bring in more. They're looking at Alabama now. They're looking. Now, from what I'm understanding, so yeah, that's him, Torian. So look out for Torian. And so yeah, we're going to look out for Torian. I want to get into, let me just share this with y'all real quick. All right. So Shedeur Sanders, we know this yesterday. You guys seen this yesterday. He said Alabama players tap in. Now I must say, Shedeur is starting to recruit here, and it's working. His recruiting is starting to be effective because he had said to the wide receiver at Florida Atlantic, I believe. He said, "Hey, I want you on the team," and guess what? He's on the team. He's on the team. But I suspect Shedeur knows him because you remember Florida Atlantic was also recruiting Shedeur. He was gonna play there before his dad took over at Jackson State, and he decided to go follow his dad at Jackson State. But so he has some relationships over there, and he know people, I'm sure, and he know what the wide receiver can do. So he said, "Hey, I need you over here." He hit him up on Twitter, and guess what? He's over there. So now he's saying Alabama players tap in. Somebody's going to tap in. A fun fact: Shedeur Sanders was recruited by Alabama out of high school, and that was one of the schools that was recruiting him. And he was going to go to Florida Atlantic, but a good friend of mine played basketball at Florida Atlantic. He's no longer with us. Rest in peace to E. Yaden. He played at Florida Atlantic for 2 years back in the 90s. And his brother Caesar Yaden, he played basketball all 4 years at Florida Atlantic. They're good friends of mine, but one had passed away. So I'm familiar with Florida Atlantic University. I've been there many times in the 90s, different things like that. But Shedeur recruiting is going to be effective. Let me just tell you all this. It's going to be effective. He's going to work his contacts and different things like that. And you may see some players come. We just don't know which Alabama players are coming yet. And as a matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, let me just go ahead and look at, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go look at the transfer portal to see if there's any movement here. So let's see. Okay. Maybe I should filter it by school. Alabama got, like I said, they got a lot of players leaving. They got a lot of players coming in. So the reason why Colorado names keep coming in so much is just because it's Colorado and Dion. That's why. But like I said, Alabama is like, there's a floodgate going on right now at Alabama. There's a floodgate going on. Okay? It's a floodgate. As a matter of fact, let me filter by what they're in the SEC, Alabama. So let's take a look at this real quick and then get back to Shedeur. All right. So we got the Alabama. We it's a lot of players, man. Like I said, I'm just doing the top. I can do let me see, transfers. Let me see. Well, all of these guys already got a spot already. LT Overton. I was thinking about LT Overton when he hit the transfer portal, right? I said that might be a good player to pick up because in one rating he got 4 stars and another one he got 5. He got a pretty good rating, 92.41, but Texas A&M, but he went to Alabama. Now, will he change his mind now because Nick Saban is leaving? I don't know. How about this guy, Damani Jackson? Will he change his mind now? Well, he's a cornerback. I don't think we need any more cornerbacks, right? But how about this offensive tackle? How about Niquil Betran? Will he change his mind? He's 6'6", 320. So we'll see. And he's a freshman. So he'll have 4 years left of eligibility. So I just wanted to show these 3 right here that it's going to be a lot more coming in this portal, though. A lot. There's a lot already from Alabama, as you can see. Look at this. There's a lot. Let me see who entered today. It was January 11th. Just one person. Terrence. Oh, wow. He entered? Okay. Red shirt saw Terrence Ferguson. He had a pretty high rating out of high school. But you see he going to, well, okay, he going to Florida. Damn, he already talked to Florida State already. So he going to Florida State maybe. That's his new team. He just hit the portal today, and he off to Florida State. See, we don't have access to these players. This guy entered the portal on January 11th. I mean January 10th, and he's already going to Kentucky. This guy entered the 9th. He's already going somewhere. This guy here going. Ole Miss is not playing. So he entered on the 8th, and he's already going to Ole Miss. Let me see. How about this guy? He's a safety. Jake Pope, redshirt freshman. He don't have no action yet. Yeah, most of them got action, man. No, actually, hold on. There's like 4 here. Let's see what they. It's a wide receiver, Hayden Neighbors. Roydell Williams. Okay. These are all their bench starters, bench players. That's what this is telling me. This is all their bench players here. Redshirt freshman, tight end. He from IMG Academy. Okay. What's going on with him? IMG Academy. He's 6'6", 232. He's tall, but he's a little small for that position. But who else? Yeah, a lot of these players. Yeah, this is what you're seeing here. They're maybe like 4th-string players. They all into the portal here. They're all into the portal. So Shedeur is saying to you guys, "What's up, man? What you guys gonna do? What you guys gonna do? How about you, Terrence? Well, Terrence going to Florida State. How about Jax? I don't know, Jax. What you doing, Jax? You gonna come on to Boulder? What you gonna do?" So that's Alabama. Get back to Shedeur for a second. So Shedeur is saying Alabama players tap in, man. Tap in with us and see what we can do. So shout out to Shedeur. He out here on the campaign trail, like trying to get players there. You know. But anyway, that's Shedeur. So we talked about Torian. Okay. I know a lot of you was talking about this guy. Oh shoot. Thank you, Reginald Green. I wouldn't coach at Alabama for the next 15 years. They're gonna run through coaches like water. You think so? They're gonna run through coaches like water? That's crazy right there. You said yesterday y'all was talking about Alabama. It's just like when Miami, USC, and Texas had small run that program, never been the same. Coach Prime, best at Colorado. Yeah, I was joking yesterday. I said he was going to Alabama. I don't know. I was just joking, but well, that was a fantasy thought, right? That's not gonna come into fruition. But um, I don't know. Whoever take over the job, they're gonna have a lot of pressure on them. You know, they're gonna have pressure to win now. They're gonna have pressure to win right now. So we're gonna see. I believe they said Dan Lanning is not doing it. He's not gonna go. And I wouldn't. I understand that too because he's building something over there at Oregon. So, from my understanding, they're saying that he's not really interested. So we'll see. But thanks again, Reginald. Um, I know you guys were talking about. Let me see. Where is his picture at? Do I have it here? Actually, I'll just talk about him. So FAMU. So Coach Prime his staff has hired the FAMU football recruiting director. Interesting. That's an interesting move here. They hired a recruiting director. So what's up with their current recruiting director? Guys, man, remember what I said? I said this recruiting staff need to get on their job here. They got to get on their job because when you looking at the way players are rated, right? I just go by the websites on how they rate players in the transfer portal. I'm not saying that we didn't pick up some great players on that offensive line. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about overall rating. We didn't get nobody in the top 20. None. Not none. No visit, nothing. Now, I'm not talking about high school. We did get Jordan Seaton. We did. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the dogs in the portal, the top 15, the top 20. They didn't even get a visit. How about the top 30? No. How about the top 40? No. How about the top 50? No. But we started getting players under that 50 mark. Okay, so Coach Prime and his people like, listen, man, we need a heavy hitter up in here. We need to close the deal. We need a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? Remember, guys, I was wigging out on that guy. Remember the video where he made Shedeur and them stand up? You remember that? And remember I said he messed up? Like, what are you making Shedeur? He broke his back, man. What are you telling me you can get rid of him? I knew that didn't sit well with Prime. I told y'all that. I knew that didn't sit well with him. I'm a Leo, man. I know that didn't sit well with him because I could tell how he looked at him. And I looked the same way. Like, what is he doing? You telling Jimmy and Xavier? And even though I understand he had the starter stand up on offense, I get it. But don't your quarterback have back issues, man. And it wasn't his fault he was on his back. Maybe some of the plays it was his fault. He held on the ball too long. But all of it wasn't his fault. So, and I understand y'all had the picture with the Louis luggage and all that stuff. No. No. You guys did not get Nolan. You didn't get the wide receiver that was with Nolan. You didn't get him. And you didn't get none of these Alabama players that hit this portal so far. Except for, actually, you did get a few. You did. So I give you that. Now, I'm telling you right now, okay, if the top ones hit that portal, because we don't know what they're going to do, they need somebody in Boulder that can land these people or at least try. So could that be the reason why? Because I was surprised by this. FAMU football recruiting director. I was like, I thought we already had a recruiting top dog over there already that's doing a good job. So Devin Ris. This was really surprising to me. I was like, wait a minute. They got him? So he's departing for Colorado and they need him. When I tell you, man, they need him. I knew him from like I said, I had some friends that their sons play football. So I've heard his name his name ring bells, man. His name ring bells around here. It ring bells, especially in Virginia. It rings bells around here. And this guy, he will come to your house. They just expanded their recruiting. Okay, but see, they okay. So what is his? Let me read this. Let me read it because this is my first time. I just heard that. I saw the headline. So Florida A&M has to find a new football recruit. Okay, on Thursday, Director of Recruiting Devin Ris announced via social media that he's resigning from FAMU. He took the position at Colorado. Okay, Deion Sanders' staff. Okay, this my question is answered already. He did not specify what his role with the Buffaloes will be. Now stop right there. No, he taking over, fam. Let me stop there. He's taking over. He's taking over that staff when he gets there. Okay? That's what I think. Or he could just join the staff in some capacity, but his name ring bells around the place. So we'll see. We'll see. So I guess I don't want to go too further with that, but they didn't say what how they're going to use him, but definitely going to use him for recruiting. But will he be the head dog over there in the recruiting department? We'll see. He said it has been said that sometime life comes at you fast. That's what he said. He said, as of today, I'm resigning as a football director recruiting at Florida A&M University and accepting the position at University of Colorado at Boulder. What else did he say? He just pretty much said to the Rattler Nation, I always love y'all. Thanks for the support, stuff like that. Director recruiting 2022 after stints of coaching. Yeah, high school. Let me see what else. Yeah, it just said he assembled one of the top recruiting classes on the football championship subdivision, instrumental for the Rattlers winning the Southwestern Athletic Conference and the HBU Celebration Bowl titles of 2023. He's a former star running back at Rickards before NCAA Division I college football, Bethune-Cookman. He has been an active user of the transfer portal for FAMU. Okay. Let me think here. What is he going to... yeah, I think he's going to come there and play a major role in their recruiting. He has to. They need it. They need it. Because it seemed like they just can't land this top 10 tier dogs here. They can't land them. They can't even land like one of them. And so we'll see. A lot of it also has to do with the players wanting to play there, because everybody, maybe they don't have the desire to play there, but you got to have somebody to come to change that belief. You got to have somebody to come to change that belief. So he's a good one, man. And like they said, he won championships off his recruiting, and he's also made good use of that transfer portal. Good pickup there. That was a good pickup. You said Evan Stewart just committed to, or I saw that. It came through the wire. I saw that earlier. Yeah, they didn't announce the official position for him yet. What do you think his official position will be? Anybody know? Hey, Medea. I'm going to be over there in a second, Medea, after this. I'm going to load up that show after I finish this show, because that is a big news today, Medea. So I got to cover that in a sec. I'll be over there at 10 o'clock. You said Colorado ain't giving out bags. That's why they ain't coming. See, here's the thing. Damn, I wish I had some confirmation on that. I wish I did, but when you talk about the bags and stuff, that's behind the scenes, right? Let's see what Shedeur can do, man. He told him to tap in, so let's see what he can do. That's what I'm saying. Look, if he wants to recruit, let him recruit. Let's see what he can do. And we got to wait and see how many more players going to enter the portal. Do they have any idea who's going to be the coach yet? Or is it too early to say? Because I heard Dan Lanning wasn't interested, but I could be wrong. So we'll wait and see who the coach will be. And yeah, wait and see who the coach is going to be first at Alabama and go from there. Yeah, got to find out the coach first. So I'm going to hold off on the Alabama transfer portal for now, because they got a lot of players in that transfer portal, as you can see. But you saw the trend, right? The trend is them players is getting picked up already and going to other places. Hey, what's going on, Mike? You said this. Yeah, Mike, I was saying that. Let me just highlight the comment real quick. You said it's so hard to get the top dogs in the Midwest, Max, unless you have been ranked top 10 couple years. Yeah. They gotta find a way to change that though. Can we at least 3? That's all we need, because we don't need much. Because we already did well in the recruiting already with the offensive line. Right? They're still working on that defensive line to add depth. And then also we don't know how many players are going to leave. So they're going to have to steady keep recruiting. But we'll see. We'll see what coach takes over at Alabama first. We'll see. And we'll see if there's any other star players that were their starters last year. We'll see if they enter the transfer portal. They have quite a bit of their starters going to the NFL. So we know that. Quite a bit of their starters going to the NFL. A couple of two players, at least two players in their offensive line is going to the NFL. One is going to be a first round draft pick. That is what is his name? I just had his name on the tip of my tongue. Lathan. He's going to be first round. They already projected him to go in the first round. J.C. Latham. Caden Proctor is going to be a sophomore, so he'll have 3 years left of eligibility. We're going to see if he decides to stay or is he going to transfer. I'm suspecting a lot of these players are going to stay. We're just going to see. But it'll be crazy if they get hit that portal, though. But they're not going to be in that portal long, like a Caleb Downs. He's going into his sophomore year. He'll have 3 years left of eligibility. He's not going to stay in that portal long if he do enter that portal. We saw that there was a couple of high school people that, the high school kid, the wide receiver, I believe he was the second wide receiver in his class. He decommitted from Alabama. So there's an opportunity to get him as well. So, what someone told me today? They was like, yeah, Prime will be able to get some of these players. He said, man, you got to wait till year 3 or 4 after they really start winning. If they start winning out there, win a few boats, they're going to get them. So I'm like, all right. I said, okay. He said, but you just got to work with what you have. And he said, all they need is like, okay, they got a good offensive line. He said, just start there because they got a good offensive line. The problem last year was protecting Shedeur. As we see, that didn't work out well. So now they have players there that want to protect them. So not that some didn't want to protect them last year, but it's upgraded, so to speak. So, and then stop the run. And like I said, the secondary, I'm not worried about the secondary. I mean, we lost Jaquez, but like I said, those positions are so deep right there. We have so many, so I'm not worried about it. Definitely year 2, they're going to improve from year 1. Then year 3, I would say by year 3 or 4, you're going to see a dramatic improvement. So it's just the way it is. You just got to wait. But it's nice to follow it, though, because haven't really followed a football team this quite in depth before. Like I was Florida State fan, but I wasn't really into their business, like their news side. I'm just like watching the games, So this was a change. Learned a lot though. I learned a lot from the transfer portal. I learned a lot about the NIL process and how that works. So I learned a lot. Just some of the stuff I was wrong on though, and I had to get checked on it. They got till Monday. Okay, Thomas. They got till Monday. They got till Monday to enter the transfer portal. How did Jahquez get in today? I thought the portal was closed for the other people. How did he get in? You said you could take Bama's entire roster. Hold on, let me highlight this. You said you could take Bama's entire roster and still end up making the playoffs. There was a reason Michigan beat them. You see what Michigan did to Washington. Oh, man. They made Washington vacate their run game. Did you see that? That run game was non-existent. That defensive line for Michigan is pretty good, man. especially that nose tackle guy. His name's Seth or something. That's the center. His name is Seth something. Hey man, he's good too. Their center is good and their nose tackle is good. Did you see that nose tackle put that spin move on that guy and got to the quarterback? And the quarterback, Michael Penix, he had to rush and throw it and caught an interception. Man, those guys is great, man. NFL players on the way. They're great. That takes time to develop, though. Oh, he got hurt against Texas? I didn't know that. That's what happened? Okay. Well, they missed him. They could have used him. Man, guys, Coach Saban. What's up with Coach Saban, man? Coach Saban. Coach Prime said the GOAT is retiring. He had enough. That's all. He was like, this is the year. I'm done. I'm done. You know, he had a Hall of Fame career. He's going into the Hall of Fame just for his work at Alabama. He'll be in the Hall of Fame for that. You know, Coach Prime said it's like they ran him off with these changes. No, that ain't run him off. He just got tired. He was done. This was his year. He was done. He already knew it. He wanted to be with his family, his grandkids, stuff like that. He still looked good for his age. You know, he's not broken down, no wear and tear. Well, it might be. He's just not telling us. So he can still enjoy his retirement because it's a lot that go into head coaching. We see it with Coach Prime. It's a lot that go on. A lot of stress. And then you got to coach the guys, stuff like that. Yeah, he did a hell of a job, though. I think he played, in the NFL 1 or 2 seasons, something like that. He was a defensive back, I believe. So he had a pretty good Hall of Fame career, man. He did. I think everybody can agree with that. So that's it, man. That's the end of the Saban era, man. The end of the Saban era. He put a lot of people in the NFL. You say Nick might go back home to West Virginia. Probably already got the retirement house built already. Maybe travel the world a little bit, you know, because like I said, his schedule was nonstop, you know, since when he took over that job. But good for him, though. Good for him. Yeah, good for him. Coach Saban. Man, he's the man up there, though. Really is. He's the man up there. I went to Alabama a few years, like more than a few years ago. You can't say nothing bad about him around there. You said I thought it would be the Michigan or Iowa coach next, maybe. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, in Alabama, you can't say nothing bad about him, man. He can go have a free drink anywhere around there. Yeah, J Money, Devin Ris Press, he dominates recruiting. Yeah, I've heard about him. You say you would bet Harbaugh goes to the NFL. You don't think he's gonna stay at Michigan? You don't think he's gonna stay at Michigan? Now, somebody was telling me Urban Meyer is in the running for the Alabama job. I can see that. I can see Urban Meyer. I used to follow Urban Meyer when he was a coach at Florida. I used to follow him there. But we'll see. Urban Meyer, you know, that's a good pick. I like Pete Carroll. Who else? Pete Carroll, Urban Meyer is good. Yeah, that's like I like them. A few others, but I just can't think of them right now. But whoever takes over, they're gonna have some pressure on. You said Pete Carroll back in college would do numbers. You said Pete too old? Pete Carroll? How let me see how old he is. Really? Let me see. Oh, I didn't realize he was damn. I just haven't heard from him in a while. He's 72. Yeah, maybe not Pete Carroll. He's retired. Um yeah, maybe not Pete Carroll. I don't know. Maybe not Pete Carroll. Damn, so much time has passed. That's something else. Yeah, you're right about that. So let me think. I don't know if they're gonna go young or what they're gonna do. Yeah, he is the same age as Saban. I didn't realize that. So much time has passed. Yeah, one of the current coaches now, I guess. Or maybe let me see. You said Urban Meyer, right? Yeah, he's 59. I can see Urban Meyer. If he want to get he want to get back into the game, I can see that. He did good when he was at Florida, won a national title with Florida. The Pouncey twins were there, and what's the quarterback? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The praying guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He had him at quarterback. So you said Kalen DeBoer should be Bama's next coach. So we'll see. We'll see about him too. Wasn't his name put out there, or we'll see. And that's a good name. Okay. Ohio State is way more recent for Meyer. We'll see, man. We'll see. But gotta wait for who the coach is gonna be. So because some of them kids will probably wait and see who the coach is. If there's another big name coach, they're not going. I don't. A lot of them are not gonna. The big ones are not gonna go anywhere. Because as soon as that coach is hired, I'll be on the phone with Caleb Downs and all of them. Listen, I need you on the team. I know what you can do, and we're trying to move in the right direction here. But we know what you can do already. You know, stuff like that. You said no one wants the Bama job. One loss and the fans gonna run you out of town. It's crazy, man. But guys, I'm this was just a quick live chat tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night because it's Friday. So to cover some more of the news, we'll do another panel. But yeah, so we lost the player today, Jahquez, and gained one. That's just the nature of the portal. I didn't realize Jaquez. I thought this was last year, but he had 2 years left. So I see why he's leaving. He has 2 years left of eligibility. Go somewhere where you can play. He wants to play now. He's upperclassman. He's a grad student. He wants to play. So yeah, go somewhere where you can play. You said Ohio recruited so good, they will be good. Yeah, of course. Ohio State going to be good. They're going to be good. It looks like their former quarterback is going to be the NFL Rookie of the Year. That's what it looks like. That kid is good, man. He said Coach Kelly didn't play him. Yeah, I don't know. He followed Coach Kelly there and didn't play him. You said Caleb is not coming, though. Wait, Caleb. He's already a made man. Oh, Caleb Downs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not too certain he's going to enter that portal. And he is already a made man. Everybody know what he can do. Because Coach Saban gave him the stamp of approval. He said, listen, he said, when I saw him at training, he said, I had to start him. He said, he's that rare. I had to start him. So I knew right there. Saban said it. This kid is good, man. And he said that he loves the game and he wants to get better and he loves, everything, the film, everything. So he said it. He said he hasn't seen nothing like that in a while. So he said he had to start him. He said his knowledge of the game is advanced. He loves to watch film, everything else. He has all the intangibles. Yeah, Tim Tebow. That's what I was saying. Yeah, Urban Meyer. And they had Aaron Hernandez on that team too. Y'all remember that? Aaron Hernandez. You said if Mike Norvell goes to Alabama, do you think the players will stay? He might bring. Yeah, I will see that. I could see that. Mike Norvell. I can see the players staying. The top tier players staying in Alabama. Yeah, I can see that. He will have to talk to them as soon as he take over that position. I will have a meeting with them. Like, listen, I need to talk to you guys. We need to have a talk here. But guys, let me get out of here. Thank you all for joining. I'm gonna come back tomorrow night. Tomorrow, I'm gonna relax. Tomorrow is Friday. So that'll be my relaxing live. We have a panel, whatever. And there's gonna be quite a bit more news to come out. That's what's the exciting part about this time of the year. But what added to it was Coach Saban saying he was finally done with his legendary career, Hall of Fame career. He's done. So I'll catch you guys later and everything like that. Y'all be safe. Thanks for checking me out tonight. I'll definitely be back tomorrow. All right, guys.